your imagination. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Let's go. Happy Friday, Nudelberg Daily Huddle.
For those who don't know the song of the day, it is Gorgon City. Not bad for a 60-year-old digging some club music. Good morning, David Allen. Good morning, Jim Barrett. Hope you're enjoying your birthday week, Jim Barrett.
Feel good Friday, fun Friday, LinkedIn Friday.
Here's the thing: there's no thank God it's Friday. I sent people home.
I said fun Friday.
Somebody, hey, listen, you know what? You already quit. Don't even get out of bed.
I'm working Saturday and Sunday anyway, so what does it matter? Great morning.
Here we go.
Everybody in the huddle. Let's go.
So I'm a fan of music in the morning. This is unbelievable, man. Gym music, right to the shower music, right to now. Bam!
That's the other thing
garnish with a good one. Find a way.
Yeah. Another thing about the gym that I'm at is the music that they're playing when we're in there is unbelievable. So like this morning was lower body. I burned 800 calories and it was just a monster sweat session. It was great.
I wish I had a gym. I went that kind of gym. There's nothing like that here. So we have gyms, but are they protocoling, doing all the shit you're supposed to do? They protocoling, dude?
What's that?
Are they protocoling?
Oh, yeah. Distance. We're 6 feet apart. There's a minute and a half in between each station to spray everything down and wipe everything down before you rotate. Like they do a great job of making sure that you're operating the right way. They're capping the classes, so you have to sign up before the class in order to be in it because once the slots are filled, they're not accepting anybody else in it. So it's been really, really good to get in there. And you just forget how it builds a community. Like we talk about tribalism and building commonalities with people. I've met people that live around here that are in real estate that are doing a whole bunch of different things, and it just builds the community part of what you're doing.
So, Mark, people are freaking out that you're wearing a jacket. You're migrating to the jacket. How about that?
And it's Friday. It's LinkedIn like a pro. Next week, we're out on a visit somewhere. So, it's time. The jackets are coming back.
We actually have a visit with a client. That is correct, man. Really super jacked. It's basically 3 months that hasn't been the case. So, doom, doom, doom. Yvonne thinks we look like twins. So that means I look super young or you look super old.
Just take it as a compliment.
I know, man. All good stuff. Kim Swears is in the house. The boat boss.
I don't know if Rob is listening right now, but huge shout out to Rob Katz yesterday. Thank you for a great 45-minute phone call. We say virtual coffees. We were on a call. He was on his way to Atlanta driving, and just an unbelievable brainstorming session, story sharing. Those are the quality conversations. So much appreciated and glad to be connected.
It's really, first of all, his Tell Me Something Good was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it. But every time I'm with that guy, there are certain people that you meet in your life that just make you feel good. Rob is one of those guys. He has no agenda. He's just sort of, hey, let's kind of hang together. Conversely, when you're talking to people who have an agenda, it could be really crazy. So Sherry Cedar said, Mark, make sure they disinfect and they are using.
Yeah, they got a minute for kill time, which they do. It's like that whole 90 seconds of okay, get your spray it down, move to the next station, then we get started. So thank you, Mr. McCluskey. I appreciate that.
All right, so we're going to get going. It's a fun Friday. So the song of the day, like I said, is Gorgon City. The name of the song is Imagination. And as we jump into today, tomorrow, and as we finish June, which, by the way, congratulations to the president of the company. we went over our June numbers yesterday. So congratulations, sir. We had set a pretty lofty goal for June, and we're not even 15 days in. So rocking, my brother. Way to go. So just use your imagination. Just think about it. What's possible? All that kind of stuff that we're talking about. So Damon Lillard, who is a pretty famous basketball player, he plays in Portland. So he doesn't get the notoriety that some of the other guys played. If he played for the Heat or played for the Lakers, you'd consider him, I think, among the top 10 in the league.
One of the best guards in the league, easily. He's one of the best guards in the league.
So he came out with a quote, and I think it's the quote of the day, and this should take you through the weekend. If you want to look good in front of thousands, you have to outwork thousands in front of nobody.
I love that.
So that's the same thing as when I heard Sylvester Stallone do his Instagram live. He was like, "Listen, nobody has any idea the work I do behind before the
right."
They all think, oh, you show up and you're Rocky. That whole thing was about work ethic. So it's a fun Friday. I want to give you some fun facts. Today in 1981, on this date in 1981. Raiders of the Lost Ark, the first Indiana Jones film, was premiering. So how about that? Where were you in 1981? Oh, yeah.
Beating heart in the hand, right? Like, what a team.
I mean, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, you think about the special effects in 1981, that's still a phenomenal movie to watch. So that's one of those that whatever you want to do, you just go back and do it, number one. Number two is birthday. A couple of birthdays that are going on today. Marv Albert, one of my favorite broadcasters of all time.
A spectacular move.
Yes. So I was forever. His son is actually a friend of mine. So, he lives up here in Palm Beach. And I got to know the guy. And then one day, some other guy walked in to meet us at breakfast, and it was Marv Albert. I was pissed on myself. What? They got to be kidding me. But here's the story there. Just a quick reminder. This is a world that forgives big mistakes. He was in an unbelievable web of where he was wearing lingerie and biting people and some crazy shit. But you know what? Nobody thinks about that now because we live in a very forgiving society. We want the underdog to win. So great lesson there. 1990, this date, Mariah Carey debuted her first album, Life. And then 1942, and I'll close out with all of this fun fact stuff. Anne Frank got her diary on this day as a birthday present.
Wow.
And we all know what happened there. So pretty amazing. As Larry David would say, pretty good.
Pretty good. All right, here we go.
I'm going to change the format a little bit. I'm going to throw a curveball here, something kind of cool. One of the best things you can do in life, and certainly in sales, is figure out how to ask good questions. Good questions are really important. And they're not only questions about the person's business, it's about the person. And the more questions you throw out there and listen to somebody, the closer you can connect on things that are really important, or not connect and have a rivalry. And rivalries are some of the most spirited relationships I have. Instantly talking Florida State is a guarantee. It's no problem. So for today and next Friday, I'll be in the hot seat. And every other Friday, we'll kind of play with questions that you can use. I'm going to ask Mark. It's 15 minutes with Mark. Are you ready to be on the clock?
Ready.
Here we go. So first question, what do you enjoy most about your work?
Help, for sure. It's helping people. That's one thing that's carried over from my coaching career in sports to the sales career and coaching career that I'm in now, is I enjoy seeing people reach their potential and see movement and feel like they're getting better. And to me, there's no monetary value that can equal that. That to me is real success. So there's no doubt that I absolutely love seeing somebody pick up a new thing, learn something new, try something new, and feel like they're getting better.
Wow, that's an awesome answer. And, like I say, success leaves clues. So that says a lot about you as a human, beyond business. That's just really cool. Second question. What is your idea of perfect happiness?
A perfect blend between business success and family success. And I think family success means that it's a partnership with your companion that is flourishing and continuing to grow and evolve. It's a parenting relationship that has complete transparency, but also has discipline and love involved. And a network of your closest blood family and non-blood family that love each other and would do absolutely anything for each other. So business success is helping other people become successful and delivering myself and what I can do for them to help them, and then having that involved, that family dynamic.
Awesome answer. Second part of the question is, do you actually believe that there's a perfect?
No, but I think if you chase perfection with your entire being, that you will find excellence and fulfillment.
I love it. What a fabulous answer. So if you had the genie bottle, which I use with a lot of my clients, and open up the dialogue and say, hey, listen, if you had a genie bottle, what do you want to happen? Because if you don't know, I can't find it or create it for you. What do you wish you could have a never ending supply of?
Energy. I would almost spin that question on its head and say, what would I remove? I wish I had never had to sleep. I wish I could live my life without sleeping. Like,
where did you learn that one from?
I hate the fact that you get tired. I hate the fact that it's hard to get yourself up from sleep. If I could remove sleep and just do something with every hour of my day, I would prefer that.
So Yvonne jumped in and said, work-life balance equals a happy life. And I challenge people all the time. I don't think it's a work-life balance. I think the two go in the same recipe.
Marriage, yeah.
Right. And when you bake the cake, they live together in everything we do. I mean, we welcome our clients. Yesterday was working with Kim Swears. We came up with some great stuff that we're doing. It didn't feel like work. I was helping a friend.
Yeah.
And it really is so cool. And at the end of the month for my birthday, we're taking the whole family out on a boat that we're chartering from her group. And so if she's in the group, please reach out to her, because those experiences on the water are, unforgettable. And so great answer, Mark. Okay, let's keep going. Hope you guys are loving this format. Let's have some fun. What's the best movie you've ever seen? This is really hard.
This is so hard. I mean, because it's like the best movie ever, or is it the movie that I can watch over and over and over? But I gotta go with Godfather. The Godfather is there's so many just life nuggets in there that come in one-liners. It's filled with one-liners. It's filled with great acting, writing. All of it is just so tied into one product. I love movies and I love music, but if I got to choose one, I got to go with The Godfather.
Awesome. I think you and I are aligned. I introduced you to that years ago, and that whole genre is pretty amazing. And just as a sort of a little bit of foreshadowing, Monday, we're going to talk about the lessons you learn from The Godfather. And I have many of them, write about them in my book and stuff.
Now that I'm thinking about it too, though, I think maybe the movie that I align with the most is probably Bronx Tale, because it doesn't necessarily glorify being a gangster. Godfather glorified being a gangster. Like I as a kid watching Bronx Tale, I could align with C. So and the working father and just the dynamic of both of that one speaks to me very, very.
The dialogue in all of those. I mean, and then you throw Goodfellas in between those three movies. That's the only college education you need. Because and I mean this. I think people have a hard time living in the real world. They live in a book world and get slaughtered. So great stuff. Wasted talent, Richard Farmer.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Chaz Palminteri. Great answer. Okay. What's your pet peeve? What absolutely drives you crazy?
Ignorance, I would say. I would say that choosing not to know. Like, I don't know is not an answer to me in this world anymore. Like, you have to know. You have to, if it's important to you, you have to find out. You've got to search out the answers. So in every system, like, to me, when I was coaching kids, you know, if I said, why did you do this? And they said, I don't know, I immediately call bullshit. Like, there's a reason you did it.
Correct.
You either chose to do it on purpose, or you weren't paying attention to the details, so you didn't do what you were supposed to do. But I don't know isn't ever really an answer for me. So that's a hard one to swallow for me.
Sure. I love that. And that goes back to Jocko extreme ownership. You've chosen not to own it. I don't know is a wave the white flag bullshit.
Right. Exactly.
Answer. I have no tolerance for that. Hence, I think why some of the things you are. Great answer. So what is your greatest strength / weakness? Answer them both.
My greatest strength, I would say, is my energy, which I think comes by osmosis from being, you know, raised by you and growing up in that environment. / my other strength is my drive to be an expert in whatever it is that I do. I don't try to do everything, but the things I do, I try to know inside and out and have all the knowledge on. And my greatest weakness is probably being too self-critical. I beat myself up internally, mentally pretty good. I have a hard time enjoying wins. I'm always pushing myself to do something else. So that it's hard. That's hard, you know, and you know, it is what it is.
By the way, just for everybody watching this, hearing him say that is like one of the proudest moments of my life. Unbelievable. What is your biggest fear?
Not reaching my potential or having somebody look at me with disappointment, whoever that person is. I think I'm to a fault. I'm a giver. I want to please people around me. I want to give as much as I can to help people. So not reaching my potential in somebody else's eyes is hard for me to handle.
Love that. All right. We'll switch gears to what's something that would make you cry?
I'm a sucker for family and love. So like just sappy moments with us, with Kai, watching movies where I can picture that happening to us or being involved in that. I'm a sap when it comes to that kind of stuff. So that's a quick way to get a tear out of me.
Yeah, it's awesome answer, and I'm the same way. I'm a very emotional guy. I'm the guy in the movie just bringing the Kleenex, and you know, like oh my God. We watched Sons of Anarchy again, which, by the way, if we're talking about TV shows, and you can answer what's your favorite TV show, that's a good one to jump to. The ending of that, bawling my eyes out. I already seen it, and I'm bawling my eyes out. You know.
Yeah, same thing like sports movies, like, you know, like Remember the Titans, like when they have that moment of achievement, that always gets me. I'm always like boo-hooing at those things.
Unbelievable. One of the questions that I ask, and anybody who's worked with me, around me, for me, in all of the companies, I ask this question in every interview. HR people hate me for this because it doesn't fit into some mumbo jumbo that you have to do now. But the reality is it told me a lot about people. And I'm going to ask you the question, what is your favorite ice cream?
Easiest answer of the day is mint chip. You know, I'll probably go back and forth between two. Breyers, if you got to get it from the grocery store, you get Breyers mint chip. But if you're going out to get it, which this goes back way when I was a child, when you and I would go rent a movie from Blockbuster, there was a Baskin Robbins right next door. And the Baskin Robbins mint chip milkshake is, I don't know, it's got to be like 4,000 calories and the worst thing possible for you, but worth every calorie. Like, loving those. So mint chip.
Outstanding. That's unbelievable. And then a way to close us up is, I have one more question. What is your favorite childhood memory?
Oof. Oh, that's a
Well, you
doozy.
didn't think I was going to lob you the last one as an easy one.
Uh,
You got to work for it, baby.
my favorite childhood memory. There's so many really, really great ones. I was very privileged to be taken to a ton of sporting events with you. That was just unbelievable. I remember going to see MC Hammer when I was a kid. They had to put earplugs in my ears to go see it at the Miami Arena.
Miami Arena. Cool.
But I would say probably, the years of the Miami Heat and ABC Cellular, being really close to Matt Geiger and Bimbo Coles and Steve Smith, and having those guys come to the stores and do autograph signings and hang out. And when we go to games, Matt Geiger would pick me up and run me around the locker room and out on the floor. Those moments, I don't know, they built something in me that I felt like I belonged in places that I probably shouldn't, and helped me adapt and live in those places through my entire life, through, hanging out in social settings with people, to being a coach and relating to kids in different ways. And so I think those memories were just unbelievable. Jake Nudelberg, Game 6, Heat versus Pistons, lock. Unbelievable. That picture of us in the suite holding Jake with them celebrating in the background against the Pistons, that's an all-timer for sure, Jake.
That's a Hall of Fame picture, man. It's just so great to hear that stuff. So I want to close it out. We're over time, but I want to finish this.
Yeah.
So the reason why I ask people about the ice cream question is, if you can't be passionate about ice cream, my guess is you can't be passionate about anything. And I do not want passionate people around me, period. Yeah. So when I would ask somebody and they would go, well, I can't eat ice cream, which, listen, that's a physical thing, but then tell me the alternative. Sell me on, well, I can't eat ice cream, but I can do this and I wrap this and I do this, or, even vanilla. Vanilla would freak me out because it was like, vanilla. Vanilla with Oreos.
Right, yeah.
So get passionate, be around passionate people. Mark Nudelberg, thank you for being in the hot seat. Your answers were absolutely spectacular. I'm not surprised. We covered a lot of ground, and you learn a lot from asking the right questions, and that was the point of this whole exercise. You guys go out, use your imagination, ask good questions, knock the shit out of your day, and have a great Friday.
Have a great Friday.